Hey, so I'm killing some birds. Actually, I'm not killing birds. I am feeding some birds with 3 loaves of bread. No, I'm feeding some birds with 1 loaf. This doesn't work. Okay, I'm killing 3 birds. No, I don't want to kill anything. Anyway, I'm walking to the gym, making the video. Then I'm gonna do the gym, and then I'm gonna walk back. So I'm being like extra productive. But I hope it doesn't rain. It looks like it's gonna rain, but my watch says, Apple weather says it's gonna rain in 3 days. So as long as I don't stay in the gym for 3 days, I should be good. Oh man. I got my water bottle. So I went to the gym. I went to another gym, and the guy's like, "I like your water bottle." I'm like, "Yeah, my brother's in the service." He's like, "Oh yeah, so's my brother." I guess we were bonding. So I was thinking, I should have turned down. All right, there's gonna be some noise for a second. But yeah, so I was thinking, is that how it works? You just run up to people? I like your shoes. I guess it's how it works. This is where it's not my lawyer, but we did some lawyering over there for my dad's will. I don't have a will. A lot of people my age don't, unless it's like, I think some companies like push it, but just, hey, I'm gonna make me a will. It's important. Like, I don't have anything of significant value at this moment, but my catalog is going to be worth a lot of money when I'm dead or way after the fact. So I need to figure out how I'm gonna split that. I already know I was gonna give it to all my nephews and nieces. I do got a lot of them. Or I was gonna give it to the ones who are more musically and artistically inclined. But apparently to make a living will costs $540. Official one, you know. I don't got $540 in my pocket to make a living will for when I'm gone. But yeah. So yesterday I went to my therapist, right? And I was trying to collect my thoughts, because usually when I go to this, in general, I go to a therapist, she might ask me a question, "How you doing?" And then for 49 minutes I'm talking about just random shit, and she's interjecting random shit, and then next thing you know, it's time to go. And I'm like, "We didn't do anything. I just told you." So this time I made a little PowerPoint presentation. Well, first I was just gonna write down my thoughts, but I'm like, why don't I just, make this little presentation? Because I want to get into the app review game. Because this guy I follow, don't know his name, don't even know what he looks like, but he's on point. Like, he just makes these very succinct app tutorials that he just goes through. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't understand this program, because this app is way complicated. And he's just consistent, nothing fancy, no jokes. I don't think he's an native English speaker, so he's doing it in his non-mother tongue. Now I want to do what he does, but I want to, do it how I would do it, and more specific on like hip hop. Because when I was using the app, I'm in this like beat making thing, and when I was using the app, some guys were like, "Yeah, that's really complicated. I cannot do it." Now, I kind of like complicated at times, but like this dude's video, I'm sitting there. The only way to learn this program, or maybe most things in life, you have to like do it. So he'll be like, "Do this," and then I try to recreate whatever he just did. And yeah, and there's just some other guys. There's this one guy his channel is called The Man Who Shouldn't Talk, but I'm gonna talk anyway. and he's talking about the same program, but he's doing all the ums and ahs and, oh, that's not supposed to happen, and maybe he thinks it's funny, but I can't watch him. So I'm trying to get into the habit. Anyway, so I go to the therapist, and I start with, I'm like, I got a presentation. Anyway, so I got a presentation. It's like, you want to do it now or later? It's like, okay, I'll do it now. So I start going into my presentation. It was only a week, so everything that happened from when I walked out the office last week to this point. I'm going through it, and she's interjecting this and that, and it just, so the same thing happened like the week before. All we did was talk about whatever, and I guess talking is good, but she said this, and this is one thing I want to ask y'all. So when I'm talking to someone, all right, and if they say something that is different, which, you know, I don't have clones out there, I hold my breath. Now, I guess I always did this. I never noticed it. I just hold my breath. Like, someone's like, example, I might say to someone, yeah, I lived in Japan for 15 years. And they would say, oh, Japan, they're an honorable race. They have no crime. And their shits taste like Hershey bars. Now, me living there for 15 years and just the absurdity of the statement, I'm gonna hold my breath because I don't want to interrupt. So I don't talk over people. I don't want to be like, you're wrong. I want them to say what they got to say. I want to have a conversation. And then after they're finished, I might say, how do you know this? Or how did you come to this conclusion? Or, because I'm curious, have you ever tasted someone's Hershey Kiss poop? I eat a lot of Hershey, and I never had that kind. So I hold my breath, a kind of way to stop me from, or I make a face, or I do both of them. I make a face, I hold my breath. So therapist lady is like, she says, why are you holding your breath? I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you just held your breath. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. She's like, don't do that. And she's like, and I want to hold my breath, and why can't I hold my breath kind of thing. Now, maybe there's some logic to it. When I do my Rubik's Cube, so I'm trying to, my lowest time is 1 minute and 40 seconds or something. So technically I can hold my breath for 2 minutes, give or take. So I'm trying to solve the cube before I run out of breath. I do this from time to time. And I told her the little antidote, but she's like, no, you shouldn't hold your breath. So of course, usually after I got out the car, after I left the thing and I went to my house, I jump online to research, is this a thing? Now, I only found the yoga people who are talking about meditative breath holding, and the like, breathing stuff. The only appearance of don't hold your breath is like, if you hold it for too long, you're gonna kill brain cells and die. But I don't be holding my breath for 2 minutes when I'm talking to people. So, yeah, that was therapist lady. And then, working on music. I might post it on this channel because this mix is so dope. Like, I'm doing a little jam session, but instead of, I guess there's some musicians who follow me, so you know what I'm talking about. Everyone else, yeah. But I didn't use there's no master time, no clock. It's just going off feel, improvising, and I had to do it in 2 minutes because that's for this competition that I do on Fridays. And it's just dope. I watched it like 30 times. Anyway, I posted on TikTok and they brought it down again. They are on their algorithm shit. But YouTube seems, well, they get money. They figure out how to monetize it. But so that was good. I didn't go to the open mic last night because I bit my tongue when I was jamming to the beat I made. Like, I was just enjoying it that much. I bit my tongue, and it's just weird, man. I don't want to be all lisping on stage. Plus, it was raining. That was my excuse, but it stopped raining. But yeah. And what else? I went to another open mic. Yeah, Wednesday. A new one. And it was cool. I was a little hesitant at first because it was like in my city, which means I might run into people I know, which I'm not hiding out or anything. It's just, so I go there and there's this comedian guy, which I met at another comedian show. And his set is, he's one of those dark humor type guys. Some of it's funny. Like, he'll say something like, yeah, I've been sober for 6 months. And then some people will clap. And he's like, yeah, but I'm doing crack. That's how I stay off of alcohol. I do harder drugs. Or he'll say something like, words that, he has a bit. I've seen a little bit and he's working on it. But it's really dark. So it's like, people... And especially this crowd wasn't a dark humor crowd. It was a bunch of happy people. In fact, happy in the sense they were in the... the PC of it all. They were... Well, I can't say. One guy, two guys, they said some poems about Pride Week. So maybe all their friends, I don't know, I don't care, but it was this kind of crowd, a big, open, friendly crowd. So his jokes were kind of... And then this guy, he goes and he does a gun joke. And he goes, too early, huh? And it's just, okay. So then he leaves. Now I was gonna say, hey, what's up? Hey, look, it's a rabbit. Hey, rabbit. He leaves, but he doesn't say goodbye to anyone. And the host was like, goodbye. But he doesn't say goodbye to her. And she's like, the fuck's your problem? She didn't say that because she's hosting, but she had the face. If you looked at her face. So then I just sign up. So usually I like to wait and see what's going on, but I just sign up as soon as I walk in. I get up there, I do my bit. Yeah, I lived in Japan for 15 years. Someone will say, arigato gozaimasu. And I'll say, do itashimashite. It's a running bit, which is stupid. Why are you thanking me for? I guess that's the only Japanese you know. And then I ask for some words to freestyle. I do my set, get into it. Now this is cool because all the other open mics are more guitar, acoustic style going on. This one was more urban because, you know, I live in the hood. And they actually had a sound system. It was like a club type feeling. So I get up there, right? And I can see the people like you know well, I know when I'm doing a great job, or at least holding people's attention, because when people are talking, blah, blah, and then you turn around and you're looking at me and I'm making eye contact, and I see them bopping their heads, smiling. It's a good feeling. So, and anyway, so my show ends, and they're like, yeah, give it up for Matt. Give it up for Matt. Give it up for Matt. Then the next guy comes up, like, yo, man, give it up to Matt. So this open mic, you know, anyone can go up and do whatever they want. One guy got up there and started singing Usher. He made a remix. Another guy got up there and he's talking about how he learned to dance by stepping on roaches. Like, people step on roaches? I've never stepped on a roach, even a dead one. So my dance would be a little bit different, but a couple other people came up like, I know what you mean. And they're talking about stepping on roaches. I'm like, I spray roaches. So if that's a dance, spray the roach, I'm on that one. But so then the one guy comes up and he does his poem about, so it's June 1st. I guess this is Pride Month. Is there a rapper month? We got one? I don't know. But so he goes up and he does his thing and he's talking about the shooting in Orlando. And so I'm thinking he must not have thought the comedian's joke was funny if he wasn't, because apparently he does this joke every year, or I guess he does this poetry or this poem, and he's tearing up and crying, and other people are giving him hugs, and yeah, it was okay. And then this guitar guy goes up, and this accordion guy goes up, and a ukulele girl goes up, which she was really good. I mean, she was the host. It's kind of, if I get the host, I get to perform every time, but get better at my craft. But she was really good. I liked it. And then at the end of the thing, they just had like the guy who was doing the roach dance. He had some turntables and they start DJing. And everyone starts dancing and having a great time. I wanted to get up and dance, but I just couldn't do it. I stood up, I tapped my foot, but it was nice. And they got this big 90-inch TV behind where you perform, so I'm working on my visual side of the music thing, mixing the two. But yeah. And my last, I'm almost here. It's crazy. I walked today and my high school is right over there. I used to always miss the bus and have to walk there too. Like a never-ending cycle. Let me get out the street. You know the drill. They'll hit me out here. So yesterday I was sitting home, as I do every day, sitting in the house, working on music. But how else am I gonna perfect my craft if I'm not working on it? And the door, someone knocks on the door. And when I open it up, it's my good old buddy from high school, from elementary actually. So we're talking 30 years, knew me before I was rapping. I don't remember if you remember the story I told about how we got caught stealing at this spot. He was with me on that day. And I've got to check the time. 8:44. I made good time-ish. I'm on time. Always on time. So he knocks on the door. I open it up, and there he is with some boy. And I'm like, who's this? And like, yeah, this is my son. I'm like, hey, what's up? What's your name? So then my friend goes, he says, all my son does is sits in the house all day. He doesn't go outside. And I'm thinking, we're the same age, but I sit in the house all day. Now, no, right now I'm walking to the gym and I do my walks, and in Japan I walk all the time. I don't play video games, but I do spend a lot of my time working on music or working on my Rubik's Cube. I don't watch too many movies, but the point is I sit in the house a lot too. So I can't tell someone else that they can't sit in the house. So he's trying to get me to, I guess the point was he's gonna go around and have people tell his son that he needs to get out and smell the fresh air. Again, but I'm the wrong person. So I'm trying to think of the words to say, because I've heard this conversation. My brother said it about his kids. Another friend of mine said it about his kid. It's a thing. But, and this is where it's like weird, because one, I don't have kids. Maybe if I had kids, I'd be like trying to get them out the house, because I hate having them being all noisy and shit. A bug just try to eat my face. But maybe that's why kids don't want to go outside, because bugs eat their faces. But So we're behind the gym. We're gonna have to wrap this up. I got a schedule Zumbas today, but yeah. So I'm asking him, hey, you got friends? He's like, yeah, I got friends. He's like, what do you do at home? He's like, I play video games, sleep. I'm like, are your friends playing video games with you? He's like, yeah. So in my mind, it's like, what if all your friends are playing video games in the house? Then how would you have anyone to play with outside? Yeah, there's other kids outside, but if your friends are playing, so then my friend, he was like, back in the day, you used to do this and do that and do this. You used to, get caught stealing in stores and stuff. But what would I have done? Let's see. He's 13. So when I was 13, Nintendo was there, maybe Sega. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have Wi-Fi. We didn't have air conditioner in my house. What the hell would you be in the house for? Especially my house had nothing. I would go to my friend's house to play their Nintendo. I made that joke to him. But it's like right now, the video games, people are meeting their girlfriends and boyfriends and making communities online. It wasn't possible when we were 13, right now, there's people who are animating it up without ever being to Japan. How do they animate it up? Because now they can reach out and someone. It's and this is just a kind of I don't spend so much time thinking about this particular thing because I don't have kids. But when I hear this argument, it's and I feel bad for the kids because what can they say to their parents who are going to hit them with, well, back in my day, I used to do it but it's not, because it's what I get with my dad. He's on some, back in my day, I used to build things with my hands and make an honest dollar. And I'm on some, right now, there's this guy, I know him personally, and he makes 379, pick a number, from doing XYZ, making shirts, making cakes, making YouTube videos, making content, selling, there's a whole new market. And it's hard for me to explain it to anyone because, I told my dad I climb Mount Fuji. I said, yeah, I climb Mount Fuji. I'm the only one in my family who's climbed Mount Fuji. My dad said, how much they pay you? They didn't pay me anything. I just climbed up the damn mountain to say I climbed up on the mountain. I can't really even say, my video got 3 million views. He might say, who watched it? I don't know who watched it. How much did you make? Offhand, I think I made, and here's where I be holding my breath. If I'm talking to someone all you gotta do is make 1 million views on YouTube and you're gonna be set. No, I think the video that got 3 million views, I might have made directly from Google Ads $800 spread out over years. Now, I probably got some gigs because when I was interviewed, a lot of times they're going by the big video and, they might buy a drink for me. And I was doing some thing, it's a good calling card. It was. But I can't, I'm not buying a house with that. So the reference points are different. And I just feel for the kids because how can you explain shit to people who don't understand? And it's frustrating because I'm not a kid. I'm 41 years old. But I just feel it's not even just kids. It's people who are underdogs. I feel like I'm the champion of underdogs because I'm an underdog. I'm here, as you know, doing what I'm doing. I can tell you right now, right? I've been home 6 months, 5 months. Actually, I'm not gonna say that. But all I can say is I'm still man. I hate to end it on this, but that's where it's gonna end. As I said, it sucks. It's sucky. But I'm just gonna keep pushing forward and doing what I do because I found that when you keep pushing forward and doing what you're doing, it does work out. Not, it doesn't work out like, there's no guarantee that any of this is gonna turn into something, whatever. But I believe that if I just sat, like today, like I was trying to tell my therapist this, like I go there and I just tell her about, this is what's on my mind, and we spend a whole lot of time. Why do you feel this way? But the other half of the time I'm working on, like, I can't tell you how excited I was. Like, there's this app, and I was trying to figure it out for like a month. There's no instructions and there's no one making videos about this one particular thing I'm trying to do. There's no one I could call up. Maybe I could email the manufacturers or the app developers, but I don't do those chat lists and all that. And then the other day I figured it out. I mean, it was via watching a video and he kind of stumbled on it. I'm like, let me try this out. And I tried it and I literally like jumped up and like, oh yeah, high fiving, but no one, like, it's just on to the next. Like, I'm excited. I have all these little things I'm doing that really get me excited. Like this visual aspect to the music. Like I have the tech and I have the apps where I could, like, instead of saying, hey, say a word, and they're like, Apple, I could literally Google an apple, take the picture, put the JPEG into the program, and then I could trigger it. So I'd be like, I was walking around, I saw this dude, he was a crack dude. I walked over to him, I said, fix your attitude. He said he was Thinkle. Wow, that's rude. Because Thinkle's not what I wanted to say, and that's true. He said he was thinking that he wanted something for food. I said, I'll give you a drink. How about an apple, dude? And I'm pushing apple, dude. And in the back on this big TV, I got a projector too, but since they got the TV, I don't need to bring in a projector. So I'm pushing apple. They see apple. So visually, ain't nobody doing, well, people are doing that, but they're not in the space that I am. So all these things are exciting, but then it's sad because there's no one I could, like, springboard off. I just get a, wow, Matthew, you're so smart and creative. That doesn't help me. I'm gonna do it regardless if you thought, or I get the, I don't understand what you're doing, But anyway, we are behind the gym, and I'm gonna get my gym on, and it's getting kind of hot out here. I'm gonna work on my visual thing. It's called a visual synthesizer, VS. It's pretty expensive for what it does, and it's intensive. It'd be slowing down my iPad. But anyway, be safe, enjoy your weekend, and to the person who said that the videos were short, getting shorter. Oh man, it's a balance. I could talk all day, and I will. But I'm trying to vary it for those who just want to get their daily dose of Matthew. So what you doing? There's so many of these bugs out here. Watch me die. Get malaria for some. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.